Disney's new animated film, Wish, has officially received the worst Rotten Tomatoes score for any Disney film in 18 years. The early critic reviews are in, and they're pretty fun to read. We'll definitely be taking a look at those in a bit. Usually, even bad Disney films end up with decent reviews from critics, probably because they're paid off. That's always what I assumed, but here we are. This should be fun. Wish is another typical Disney animated musical fantasy adventure, all that stuff, directed by Chris Buck and Fawn Varen Viuna Versathe. A young girl wishes on a star, and an actual star shows up, and they become pals, I think. There's a king who can grant wishes, so he's basically omnipotent, but everybody loves him, so it's okay. But uh-oh, he's evil. Surprise, surprise. No more evil queens, you guys. We're doing evil kings now. Anyways, I haven't seen it, but I don't review films, so it doesn't really matter. But I do know a little about this production. Its budget was $200 million, and this is the best animation they could come up with for $200 million. So for those who don't know, that's a lot of money. That's far, far too much money for an animated film with a 90-minute runtime. For context, that would put this film in the top 10 most expensive animated films of all time. But it's tied for third place with like 8 other films, including Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, Lightyear, Elemental, a couple others. Tied for first is Lion King and Tangled. Tangled, I'm not even mad, that movie slaps. Lion King is referring to the 2019 live action, which isn't actually live action, it's just much more realistic animation that they call live action. They didn't hire lions to act in the film. Not sure why they call it live action. I'm sorry I'm stuck on this, it just makes me mad. Animated movies do tend to run pretty expensive, likely due to all that animating, but it's not weird for an animated film budget to top $100 million, or slightly more. But where Disney is at right now, and with movie ticket sales down practically 50% since COVID, probably not a wise decision to make an animated movie that expensive. However, I'm starting to think Disney doesn't actually know how to make a movie for less than $200 million. But if you want to know more about that, watch this video here. Anyways, they've had a lot of animated flops recently. Strange World, Turning Red, Lightyear, all enormous flops, and all within the last couple years. And before you blame COVID, all 3 of these films came out in 2022. So even if Wish brought in $300 million, it's still a flop. If the film spends $200 million on a budget, they likely spent around the same on marketing. Theaters take half of ticket earnings. The movie has to be a smashing success just to turn a profit. And this is an increasingly apparent problem at Disney. And in terms of what the critics think, Lindsay Bear, quote, "Wish is harmless holiday programming for the family. But it's strange to watch a movie about celebrating the individual star in everyone that feels like it was made by mandate, not a dream," end quote. Brian Tallarico, quote, "Disney's Wish is the most aggressive piece of Disney propaganda in years," end quote. Brian's review is awesome. If you feel so inclined, go take a look at Brian's full review on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm a Brian fan. Given that this is the worst Rotten Tomatoes score for Disney in 18 years, for those who waited till the end, I'll tell ya, it's Chicken Little. 18 years ago, Chicken Little happened. And apparently people hated it, I can't really remember. Anywho, please like the video and subscribe if you're cool like that. And if you love this sort of content, consider becoming a member. See you in the next one.